Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
The number of people who died in the Grenfell Tower fire may be slightly lower than originally thought. That's according to police investigating the blaze. Initial estimates suggested around 80 people had been killed when the tower caught fire in June. Our special correspondent, Lucy Manning, is in West London. I gather the police have been giving an update, Lucy.
Well, that's right. Although an enormous number of people did die here at Grenfell Tower, they now believe that possibly fewer than 80 died. There was CCTV in the foyer, so they've been able to count out around 240 people that night out of the building. They're also investigating 8 people for fraud, for fraudulently claiming they or family members were involved in the fire. The police are also investigating 4 possible thefts at Grenfell Tower from the apartments that weren't so badly damaged. It turns out money and some possessions have gone missing, and the police say they are devastated that this could have happened. We did get some sense today of the massive scale of this investigation. 1,000 witness statements taken, 31 million documents seized, and possible individuals being investigated for manslaughter. Identification of remains here continues. Today, a little 8-year-old boy identified Mehdi El-Wahabi. His cousin said he always brought a smile and a laugh to my face.
Lucy, thank you very much.
Now, police say that the death toll in the Grenfell Tower fire may be lower than the current estimate of 80, after investigation into a number of cases of fraud. Detectives have taken over 1,000 statements and seized 31 million documents since the disaster in June. Here's our Home Affairs correspondent, Simon Israel.
The bereaved have already been advised. The death toll, which stands at around 80, may be less. What they don't know is by how many. Today, the police would only say it may come down a little.
Up to now, I've stayed with the fact that we believe the number to be around 80, and I'm hoping by the end of the year that that number comes down. It won't come down a huge amount, but it will come down slightly, I hope.
And the reason? Despite witnesses' accounts to the contrary, CCTV on the tower's ground floor. It has, in the words of one senior officer, been used to identify and count out the numbers who escaped through this hall on that fateful night. 240 in total. But there remains deep scepticism.
There's a lot of people very concerned and worried about this figure. You know, they don't believe it. They just don't believe it. They're saying it's supposed to come down. Now, I don't believe it.
Today, 8-year-old Mehdi El-Wahabi became the 60th confirmed victim. He's the 4th in one family to have been identified. More officers have been brought in to continue the search, now the building's being shored up. Police say only half the tower has been gone through. They started in the flats where residents had called 999 on the night. There are still around 60 which lie unexamined.
It's been very, very led by what families and friends have told us, where we're expecting to find people. But as of yesterday, we've started a second stage now, where we have doubled the amount of officers in there because we've made the building more safe, and we are going through every flat now that we haven't searched before.
3 months on, and the criminal investigation has identified 336 companies and organisations, accessed so far 31 million documents, traced 2,400 witnesses, and taken more than 1,000 statements. No wonder then senior officers say it's the largest inquiry they have ever undertaken. And to add to that come allegations of fraudulent claims for Grenfell benefits and cases of theft from the flats themselves. One former resident is said by police to have had a considerable amount of money stolen, despite the tower being under 24-hour guard.
A lot of people are very upset with this, you know. They have trust, and the police ask us to trust them. If you can't secure the premises, the flat, someone's flat, it raises concern. How can you secure evidence as well?
So security has been stepped up and scaffolding alarmed, while the search for evidence will go on a lot longer than anticipated.
I've been